And hello again, people. Today this is the third one of the day. This is a 2008 Ford Focus 1.6 petrol manual. The issue with this one is it has the engine I'll show you. It has the engine malfunction warning light on. Now I think this is going to be a quick video. It's gone off now. It was on a minute ago. Anyway, it said here engine malfunction warning. Let me just turn it off to try and get it back on. Obviously as soon as I pull the camera out it starts working. Anyway, you'll have to trust me. I promise you, it just said engine malfunction here on the screen, on the display with a triangle, and it's a common fault. I believe I know what the issue is going to be, but we'll just dig into it together and we'll try and see if I am correct. If it is what I think it is, I've done loads of these and it's almost always the same thing. So let's have a look. I'm expecting to see communication faults with the instrument cluster and other modules in the vehicle. So we will have a look. I've tested the battery, checked the battery connections, battery's okay, and the connections seem good enough. So it shouldn't be, it can sometimes be related to battery or negative cables on these Focuses, because the cables bolt onto the top of the suspension strut mount and they corrode, so they need cleaning, sometimes new earth cables, etc. So we've got faults in the instrument cluster. Let's have a look at the report. So in the powertrain control module, that's another one I was expecting to see but I didn't mention. Theft detected, vehicle immobilized. So we have in the powertrain control module lost communication with the ABS control module, lost communication with the battery control module, vehicle theft detected, vehicle immobilized, high-speed CAN controller network communication bus. In the ABS system we have communication fault, receive error, communication bus fault, both on the CAN networks, vehicle communication network fault, configuration error. And then we have in the instrument cluster CAN communication bus fault, receive error, so it's not received a signal, and there's a fault on the CAN network generally. Now the customer told me that the way he can get it to work and not work, to get that fault to go away, is by hitting on top of the dash here. Now I could, because there's faults in other modules, it doesn't, you would normally see some other missing communication faults. If I'm correct in my assumption, you would normally see missing communication faults between the instrument cluster and other modules. There are communication faults, well, there are exactly what I just said, communication faults. I would expect to see, I would expect to see there communication faults in other modules with the instrument cluster, but there are actually faults in the instrument cluster itself for communication. So I'm going to guess that it is a failed instrument cluster, more so the connections on the back, the solder points on the PCB where the cable goes into the board. So I can pretty much guarantee that's what this fault is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to advise the customer now on that repair, and see if he wants to go ahead with it, because I've never not had one that's not been that so far. So other than battery negative cable issues, etc., it's generally these clusters and they need resoldering, and any other circuitry on the board needs checking just to make sure it's all okay. So I will pause the video now and we'll remove this together, and we'll fix it together as well, and then we'll come back to the vehicle and show that it's all repaired. And then we'll clear the faults obviously and make sure that they don't come back. So yeah, I'll be back shortly. Right, customer said he wants them removing and he wants them repairing ASAP because he's got work in the morning. So I'm gonna have to come back here very late tonight after taking these back to the workshop and repairing them. So I'll show you how to remove them. First, you get the steering wheel into the furthest out position. Pull this plastic cover off, and you'll see you've got 2 torque screws there. They are T20s, I believe, and I'll just see if I'm right. Actually, they're T25s. 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, they're T25s. So I've just got a T25, and you'll see fits in there nice and snug. So I'm going to, I can't really film and do this at the same time, so I'm going to have to stop filming and then I'll show you how you remove the instrument cluster once these screws are out. Right, so I've got the screws out, and then you get a little pry tool and you just squeeze it in the top there, and then you can just pull it out. Then you have the connector here at the back that you just push your finger in and undo, and voila, there you have the clocks. So we'll take these back to the workshop, we will take them apart, show you how to repair them, or show you the repair, and then come back and refit them and prove that all the faults cleared and that the car is fixed. So we'll be back later on. So we're in the workshop. We've got these clocks almost completely disassembled. Here we have all the bits and bobs, cage for the display, dials, etc. I've obviously made a note of where the dials were before removing them, etc. So you know where they need to go when you put them back together, so they're not reading incorrectly. Just about to take the PCB board out now and then do the solder repairs. So I'll just pause the filming and carry up once I've got this board out. Just going to take this board out now. It's a bit finicky, you have to be very careful not to damage anything. You really get caught up on these pegs. Again, one of these pegs here, for some reason they get caught up on there. One more here. Final clip, that should come out. There we go. So here we have the board, and on this side, sorry, this is where the fault will lie. It looks like there's a little bit of there's a few watermarks there on the board, so I think it will have had some slight water damage at some point somehow. We'll get these marks cleaned up off the board. We use some alcohol, clean the board up. We'll just check these traces, make sure if they're all okay, and then we will carry out the repair. Instead of finding which ones are actually broken, I'm just going to resolder all of them. That's what I always do. Takes a bit longer, a bit more preparation, but way less chance of it not working first time around. So I've never had one come back yet. So let's get this cleaned up, and then I'll get the soldering iron fired up, and we'll do the soldering together. Get rid of those watermarks. Don't know where that would have come from. Bit of condensation build up in the car over time, I'm not sure, but yeah, it's gone now. Check the back. No corroded connectors or anything. I can't see any. All looks good. Right. Tip's nice and hot. Get our flux ready, just poke out that and poke out this needle. Nice and clean. Put that on there, that on there. We'll get some flux on these pins. Alright, we're ready. Get my super special solder. Cut some off. And let's go. Now it's always a good idea to have an extractor fan when you're soldering, because the fumes are not pleasant, but I'm not actually breathing when I'm doing this. I'm holding my breath, and the window is open, so it would be a good idea to have a little fan set up, but I've just never got around to it. I always seem to get instant arthritis, or sorry, Parkinson's disease as soon as I start soldering. I thought it was just me, but another auto electrician that I know specialises in Vauxhalls only, Opal. He has the same issue. He cannot do any more soldering because as soon as he gets his soldering iron out and he tries to hold it steady, he just starts shaking. So obviously something that comes with age, but I seem to be okay still, thank God. Give that tip a little clean. Last two. I only need a tiny bit of solder. Get those two redone. I think that's it. So we'll clean this up now. Get rid of that excess flux and put them back together. And then go back to the vehicle, and I'll carry on filming there, I guess. We'll just finish this up, show you a nice neat job. Just go over that one more with a clean one just for good luck. think that's it. I'll just show you the finished result, the finished product, sorry. Nice clean solder joint, sorry. So yeah, we'll get these back together now and take them back to the vehicle, and we'll carry on filming once they're back in, because I've shown you how we take them out, so I don't need to show that again. It's obviously getting them in is the reverse of taking it out, just those 2 torque screws and connecting the connector. So I think I'll end this now, get these back together, and see you back at the car. And we're back. So we're back in the car. It's nice and wet, horrible weather, late at night. I'm starving, I want my dinner, but this customer needs his vehicle for 8:30 in the morning, and I thought luckily the last 2 jobs went quite quickly, so I had time to go back to the workshop, to the office, and get these done. So yeah, just to continue on why these fail, it's where the connector goes into the board. Obviously over time this is just hanging there, and it, with vibrations, it puts stress on these pins and the solder breaks, and that's what causes the communication issues, etc. Intermittently, sometimes they'll make contact, sometimes they won't. So yeah, very common fault. I've repaired no end of these. There are other companies that obviously specialise in repairing them, so, but obviously if people need these repairing, then please feel free to get in touch. You can send them to me and I will fix them and send them back to you, and I'll do it cheaper than the other companies out there, so and to a higher standard, obviously, of course. Anyway, let's get these back into the car. We'll connect the scanner up, diagnostic machine, we'll clear all the faults, we'll run it, start it, turn it off, start it, turn it off, give the dash a bang, get the customer to come out and try and replicate the fault, and we'll pretty much guarantee that we won't have any issues. So yeah, I'll get these installed and carry on filming. So we've got the scanner connected, the ignition's on, no engine malfunction sign so far, which is good. We'll go back to this vehicle. It was the last one I did, I believe, yes. Straight to diagnostics. And we're going to clear out all the faults in the car. So we do a new scan. Auto scan. Shouldn't take too much longer. I am absolutely knackered and starving, and I have my lady friend waiting for me to go and pick her up and go for food somewhere, and it's already 9:30. So the options of restaurants this time of night are going to be very limited. I think it's going to be a burger. Right, let's do a quick erase. All clear. We'll escape out, leave it there, start the car. All clean so far. So we will leave it running for a bit and might take it for a quick spin. Yeah, I'll take it for a quick spin, and we'll come back and then do another scan. So back off the little test drive, we'll turn it off. We'll open the door, close the door, lock it, wait a little while. Fords actually take quite some time to go to sleep. We're not waiting for it to go to sleep, but we're just giving it time. Apologies there, problems with filming on the same device that you get calls on. As I was saying, yeah, we're not waiting for the car to go to sleep, we're just giving it a chance to send communications between modules, etc., and report of any faults. So vehicle's locked, we'll unlock it, open the door, close the door, ignition on, all clean, and we'll do another scan. So we've just been over bumps, up and down speed bumps, etc. Cycled the car. If there are any loose connections, it used to come on straight away, engine malfunction, but it didn't come on now, and there are no faults in the vehicle currently. If there was something there would have been something come back up if there was any issues. There's currently no issues, so that will be that. I don't really know if I've missed anything out, forgot to say anything, but yeah, I think we'll leave it there. So I can go and have some dinner now. Thank you for watching, and there will be more videos coming very soon.